time, the Yankees are moments away from taking the field here on the Bronx as they close out their 3-game series against the Tampa Bay Rays. Hey everybody, I'm Justin Shackle. First pitch is moments away, and as we get ready for tonight's game, Yankees trying to salvage this series. They're looking for a spark on offense, and they're hoping IKF, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, could give it to them at the very top. He's hitting leadoff for the second time this season, and manager Aaron Boone told me Kiner-Falefa has been giving this team consistent and competitive bats for quite some time now, and the numbers back it up, guys. Since June 22nd, Kiner-Falefa is hitting .318 to go along with a .422 on base percentage. Aaron Boone also mentioned having Kiner-Falefa in the leadoff spot could give him some flexibility to make moves as this game progresses. Perhaps a pinch hit appearance from Anthony Rizzo. The Yankees' first baseman is on the bench tonight, a scheduled off day for him. His struggles have been well documented this season, and they're one of the great mysteries for the Yankees in 2023. Boone is hoping that the hard contact we saw from Anthony Rizzo last night can carry over in the days ahead. Rizzo has 4 hits in his last 5 games, but all 4 of those hits are his only hits in his last 29 at-bats, Michael.
Well, thank you, Justin. So the Yankees will try to do some damage offensively against Shane McClanahan, and the Rays will do some damage, or try to, against Garrett Cole. Let's take a look at the Rays starting lineup. First baseman Yandy Diaz leads off. The shortstop Juan DeFranco bats second. Brandon Lau at second base hits third. Cleaning up the DH, Randy Arozarena. Isaac Paredes is the third baseman. He'll bat in the number 5 hole. Number 6 is the left fielder Luke Raley, then Manuel Margot, Josh Lowe, and Rene Pinto will round it out for the Tampa Bay Rays.
And here's Garrett Cole's numbers on the year. Outstanding. He's making his 23rd start. 9-2. Look at the ERA. 2.64 is tops in the American League. 149 strikeouts and 136 in the third innings. Absolutely. Home cooking. Well, he's 6-1 at home with a 2.9 and 13 starts. You love the emotions that he has out on the mound. It absolutely fires me up, especially that last start against the Orioles late in the ball game, and the stopper. He's got to stop the bleeding. This is the guy you look to. He is the ace. See if they can start a little winning streak here and get this and salvage one.
Well, let's take a look now at the people behind him. IKF in left, Bader in center, and Stanton's over and right. In the infield, LeMahieu, Volpe, Torres, and Bowers. That's third to first. Rortvet's behind the plate. Judge is the DH, and Garrett Cole's on the mound. Cole's ready. Diaz is ready, and let's do it here in the Bronx. First pitch is a strike. We're underway. Malachi Moore is the home plate umpire, and Bruce Dreckman's at first, Stu Sherwater at second, and Mark Wegner is manning third base. Fouled away quickly, 0-2. Garrett Cole's ERA 2.64, the best in the American League. All the other Yankee starters 5.15. He is pitching to a 4.7 WAR, which is the best as well.
Yeah, only Blake Snell has a better ERA in baseball for the Padres.
Cole has had 19 games where he's allowed 3 runs or fewer. And he's had 10 games where he's allowed 2 runs or fewer. You know, one of the rare rough outings that Cole had was against the Rays. The Yankees gave him a 6-0 lead, and he gave it back. So if you look at that game and the 6 runs, and then look at his ERA, imagine what it would be if he did not have that one bad one. 3-2. On Diaz.
Well, this is a great pitch. This is a pitch that I would like to see 1-2 come inside, and then you go back outside with that slider. Anything inside and you're moving the hitter off the plate, it always sets up that pitch away.
And he ends up walking Diaz. All right, Jeff, it's time to take a look at the keys to the game presented by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Well, right on cue. No free passes. Well, that's the 10th walk given up in these last 3 games. You know, the first hitter tonight, 7 of them were yesterday. You're not going to win ball games when you give up 7 walks and keep the ball in the yard. The 6 home runs that the Yankees staff has given up against the Rays. They're a home run hitting team, and like I mentioned, you got to salvage one. You got to win this last game, and going against a tough Houston team's coming in for a 4-game set.
1-0 to Wander Franco. On this road trip, he's 7 for 19. He has 29 stolen bases. Driven deep to right field. There it goes. See ya. A long drive. A 2-run home run for Franco. And just like that, the Yankees are down 2-0.
Well, so much for my keys. No free passes and keep the ball in the yard. That was up in the suite level. Out in right field.
Wow, that went places that a lot of baseballs don't go. 14th home run for Franco. Now has 51 ribbies. Here's Lau. 0-1. Crowd at the stadium kind of stunned.
Yeah, you know, you scratch your head a little bit on the pitch sequence. First pitch fastball, and then he throws a changeup. And I know the changeup was supposed to be down and away, but that caught on the inside part, and he just dropped the head. Franco just dropped the head and absolutely crushed that ball to right field.
Down goes Lau, 1 away.
Watch where this changeup is. You see where Rortvedt sat up. It was supposed to be down and away. You want that sink down and away to a lefty. Maybe a little head scratcher going with the changeup there, and when it's right over the middle of the plate and more in and belt high, he absolutely demolished this ball.
And also hit Rortvedt on the backswing. Rosarena swings and misses through the fastball, 0-1.
You see where Rortvedt was setting up, and you see where that pitch was, and Stanton gave it a little look, a token jog, a couple steps. I don't know if I've ever seen a ball go up in the suite level there.
Well, place opened in 2009. I'm sure a couple have, but wow, that's a blast. You know, a team that's really struggling. One bit of bad news after the next, loss after loss. To have your ace on the mound, and before you even record it out, it's 2-0. It's a little sobering.
Well, you look at the last 3 games, they've been behind the 8 ball. You look at Baltimore, the last game of that series, first 2 against this series. I mean, 5-1, 5-0.
That one is drilled to left field. IKF back. He's there for out number 2. Well, there's your keys again. You want to take any back?
Yeah, I'll take the first 2 back. Maybe I'll lose my keys. Start walking. Taking the train.
Here is Isaac Paredes. One and 0.
You know, the one thing you look at in this series, the Rays have had a lot of comfortable at-bats. You know, the one pitch that was inside to Diaz, maybe as a staff, that's what you need to do a little bit. You have to make sure and make them feel uncomfortable at the plate. When these guys are going up and they're not seeing anything inside, everything's been away, and even up in the zone, you know, they're very comfortable. They're very comfortable in that box. You have to make them feel uncomfortable. Then that opens up the outside. Whenever a team is swinging it really well and they're really hot, you have to change it up. You have to do something different just to make them aware that, hey, I'm not afraid to come in there and knock you off every once in a while.
And a walk to Paredes. Here's Luke Raley. Let's scout the home plate umpire. Malachi Moore is considered pitcher friendly, more outside strikes, more low strikes on left-handed batters. Malachi just in his 4th big league season.
Yeah, my kind of umpire. I don't like the neutral or anything to the right.
Fly ball center field. Bader is there, and he will put it away to retire Raleigh, and that'll do it. But a 2-run home run for Franco. It's the Rays 2 and the Yankees coming to bat. Starting lineup, they'll stand up against Shane McClanahan. Isaiah Kanafalefa in left field will lead off. The DH, Aaron Judge. Second baseman, Gleyber Torres. Giancarlo Stanton in right field will clean up. Batting 5th, the first baseman, Jake Bowers. DJ LeMahieu at third base. Bat 6. Batting 7th, playing center field, Harrison Bader. Anthony Volpe at shortstop will bat 8th. And batting 9th and catching, it's Ben Rortvedt.
Let's take a look at Shane McClanahan's numbers on the year. 21st start. You see the record, 11-1, outstanding. Over the last 3, he's struggled since coming off the IL. 118 strikeouts and 111. Let's take a look at the Indeed scouting report for Shane McClanahan. He's got a good heater, upper 90s, 96 to 98. And he's on a little bad streak over the last 3. Like I mentioned, a 6 ERA. And he doesn't do well. Bronx bummer. Well, 0-2 with a 5.51 in 4 starts here in the Bronx at the stadium. And I hope that continues here tonight.
All right, let's take a look at the defense behind him. Luke Raley's in left, Manuel Morgo in center, and Josh Lowe is in right. Infield, Paredes, Franco, Lau, and Diaz. Pinto behind the plate. Arozarena the DH. McClanahan deals. Up and away 1-0. Yankees are 55 and 52, and the Rays are 66 and 44. Two and 0. There's a strike, 2-1. Kanafalefa has been one of the Yankees' better hitters of late. Last 25 games hitting .318. Has a short 5-game hitting streak working. 2-2.
And McClanahan's got a really interesting delivery, and you just take a look at it, and maybe we'll get an up-close look here. That he jumps at the hitter, so when he turns around and he squares up, that back leg, that leg on the rubber, he'll jump at the hitter, and when he releases the ball, he really gets extended, and that's when you see that 98, 99. It really gets on top of the hitter. Let's see if we can see it here. You watch it, he almost gets a little air as he jumps towards the plate.
Fly ball right field on the run is Lowe, makes the play.
Well, this is that motion. Watch how he jumps, and when he pushes off with that. See how he jumps to the plate? He really gets extended. He's only like 6'1", 6'2", and his length, that stride leg, is like a 6'8" guy. I mean, that's how far he gets out, and that's why that ball just jumps on top of the hitter. So that 98, 99 seems a lot harder when it's up in the zone like that.
Judge swings at the first pitch and fouls it away.
Yeah, you watch this. Watch him get air. Once he pushes off with that left leg, just a little bit, and how he strides and gets so extended out in front of that mound.
0-2, swinging through the change. Judge has reached in 10 of his 17 plate appearances, on base percentage of .588, and he's doing it not seeing a lot of strikes. So coming into this at bat, 65 pitches, he's only seen 30 strikes. So that's an average of 46.2% strikes that he's viewing. The major league average for every other hitter is 63.9%. So people are pitching around Judge until they get burned.
Exactly. The only way he sees better pitches is if the guys around him start hitting the ball. Well, he had a couple good swings last night. He just missed a couple balls. That one he got under that he hit sky high to left field. He just got underneath that, or that would have been in the seats.
Three and two on Aaron Judge. Fouled away. Yankees in the middle of this 10-game stretch that many have deemed so important. They are 1-4 so far, losing 2 out of 3 in Baltimore in the first 2 of this set. Driven out to center field and deep. Going back Margot. He's on the track. He'll make the play for the second out. Judge hit it well.
Well, remember, he didn't have any rehab stints, and it's going to take a little bit for him to get his timing now. He did have a great game in Baltimore when they decided to pitch to him, and that's 3 bats in a row, or 3 at-bats in a row that he's hit the ball pretty well, even though they've been outs.
Grounded to Franco, gets a nice hop. Flips it over across the diamond, and the Yankees go down in order 1-2-3 against McClanahan. We go to the second. It's 2-0 Tampa Bay. .07 ERA and hit 149 against him. This season, 2 games, 6.30, hitting 289 with 4 home runs. And tonight, 2 runs, a home run, 2 walks in the first inning. Bottom third of the order, starting with Margot, takes outside 1-0. So the 2-run home run in the first inning jumps Gerrit Cole's ERA to 2.75. He started at 2.64. 2-0. Two and one. Catches the outside corner with that slider. 2-2.
Yeah, that was a good pitch, and there's your pitcher-friendly umpire, Malachi Moore. A couple inches outside.
Fouled away and out of play. Margot, Lowe, and Pinto. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Gerrit Cole.
Well, he went back with that cutter. Cutter only breaks like 2-3 inches. Supposed to be away, and it actually caught too much of the plate.
Josh Lowe takes the ball 1-0. Tampa Bay has done well at Yankee Stadium since 2020. 19 wins against 12 losses. That's the best of any visiting team here in the Bronx. And this year in 9 games, Tampa Bay is 6-3 against the Yanks.
Well, I think you could see it right on their face once they have such confidence coming in here. They're not intimidated by the Yankees or Yankee Stadium at all.
Served the other way. That'll be out of play.
I mean, you always have the Red Sox rivalry, but has this become a bigger one? The Rays and the Yankees?
I mean, it's a pretty good rivalry, but I don't think it measures up to Yankees Red Sox, even though both of those teams are not having great years this year. Now, Yankees-Astros, that's a pretty good rivalry.
Yes.
Four games starting tomorrow night, Friday night, and then Saturday and Sunday afternoon. 0-1 on the foul ball. Pinto was called up on July 21st from AAA when Francisco Mejia, the other Rays catcher, went on the IL with a sprained MCL in his left knee. Grounded, fair. Inside third, kicks off the side wall. IKF plays it. Pinto's going for two. The throw is in time. Got him. Trying to stretch it into a double. And let's see if Torres is okay. Well played by IKF.
Yeah, outstanding, going off and playing that carom and a great throw. Look at his tag.
Giancarlo Stanton will lead off, and let's see what he's done the last 7 games, hitting 125, 2 ribbies, an on-base percentage of .214, slugging just .250. The Yankees need him to be the player that he's supposed to be, and he struck out yesterday in a pinch hitting appearance to end the game. He was the tying run at the plate. First pitch, set, swing, lands ball 1.
Well, he's always been someone that's pulled off the ball. You know, he always swings. His first move is in the bucket. He's very vulnerable to the pitch up and in. Similar to the pitch that he struck out on last night on Fairbanks. It was 99 and it was up. Anything around thigh high, knee high and in he can handle.
Driven out to right field. Down the line, and it's a foul ball.
I mean, he's a guy that can carry this team for a couple weeks. When he gets hot, I mean, he's very hard to get out. And that's what the Yankees are hoping for. Someone behind Judge to get hot.
Grounded to short. Franco. One away. So 1 down. That brings up Bowers playing first base in this game, with Anthony Rizzo starting the game on the bench. And McClanahan deals a strike. Wade did that pitch, 0-2.
Now McClanahan, he has reverse splits, 276 versus lefties, 206 against righties, and one of those, excuse me, he doesn't throw that changeup too often to left-handed hitters.
Swing and a miss. 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Strikeout of Bowers, 2 down.
Well, you can see from that angle how he jumps at the hitter, and because he gets extended so much, that fastball upstairs just jumps on the guys. That was at 99, up and away.
One and 0 on LeMahieu. Two and 0. One on LeMahieu. Now 2-2. Bader on deck. LeMahieu calls time. Two nothing Rays, bottom of the second. And the lefty rocks and deals. Swing and a miss. Change up way out of the zone. And the Yankees go down in order 1, 2, 3. We'll go to the third. Against Cole, and Diaz, an all-star this year. And you see his numbers. He's putting up one of the better seasons in the sport. Second in average, second in on-base percentage, sixth in slugging. And Bichette leads him in average, and Ohtani barely leads him in on-base percentage.
I mean, he's been outstanding. I mean, yesterday he hit his 15th home run. That was a career high. He loves hitting here at the stadium. And even against the Yankees, 344 in the 9 games this year against the Yankees. And his last 17, he's been on fire. 349. He's having an outstanding season for the Rays.
For the longest time, they tried to convince him to lift the ball. He did not want to sacrifice contact for lifting the ball, but he got a 3-year contract, so that gave him a little security. So he listened a little bit, and still is not striking out that much, and the ball is going out of the park.
Right, he doesn't steal a whole lot of bases for a leadoff hitter. Matter of fact, he hasn't stolen one. He's actually two stolen bases, been caught once.
Grounded to Volpe. 1 down. Hey, suit up this season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of authentic caps, T-shirts, collectibles, and more. Gear up with your Yankees at MLBshop.com. Here's Franco, who sent one into orbit into the sweet level in right field for a 2-run home run in the first. Strike, backdoor slider.
How far did they say that went?
I have not seen the number yet. Grounded sharply to Torres. The number is 431 feet.
Really?
You think it's more?
Oh, heck yeah. I mean, that went up into sweet level.
Yeah.
I guess you're going to give them up. It's better than giving up wall scrapers.
I don't think either one feels good.
No.
Who had the longest home run ever against you?
Kirk Gibson in the Kingdom my rookie year. I kid him about it. It was a 3-1 fastball. He took me about 480 off the upper deck in right center field at the Kingdom.
Wow.
That's what I said. I said, how can you take advantage of a young rookie like that? He said, don't give me fastball out of the middle of the plate.
At least the place no longer exists, so you don't have to look at it and see where it landed.
It might be still going. Everything that gets hit, you're always begging for it to stay in the park. Even that one, I was still begging. Maybe I had a chance. Maybe I hit a speaker. Remember in the Kingdom, they had the speakers that were in play.
Lau tries to check a swing. He cannot. He goes down on strikes, and we go to the bottom of the third. A 0 fail, and Demon Crowley race against heaven and hell to solve a divine mystery, starring Michael Sheen, David Tennant, and John Hamm. Watch Good Omens Season 2 now on Prime Video. Harrison Bader leads off the bottom of the third. And McClanahan starts him off with a changeup on the outside corner for a strike. Yankees 6 up, 6 down over the first 2. Franco 2-run home run in the first inning, holding up to this point. 0-2.
And that's that changeup, and it's not a split finger. You know, when I was looking up his numbers, I was talking to the Rays broadcasters. Like, oh, he throws a split. He goes, no, he gets upset when everybody calls it a split, even though he does throw it.
Line drive. It's a base hit down the left field line. That's going to go into the corner. Bader rounds first. He's going to second. The throw from Raley is late. It's a leadoff double for Harrison Bader.
Well, nice at bat. He jumps on top of a heater upstairs and in, and he hits it down the left field line. This is an easy double for Bader. After a couple off-speed pitches down and out of the zone, he gets a heater that he's able to handle.
Anthony Volpe takes a strike.
And that was that changeup. What he does with that changeup, now he'll split his fingers, but he throws it like a screwball. And it comes off of that first finger. That's why you see that downward action.
That one squirts through Pinto, allowing Bader to move to third.
Well, right between the wickets, he just didn't get down. A little lazy with that glove. Just
scored a fastball.
Yeah.
Infield back, except at first. So a ground ball to second, short, and third. We'll get the Yankees a run. Volpe with 36 ribbies and 13 home runs. Over his last 20 games, Anthony's hitting .139. The previous 20, he's hitting .354. It's the ebb and flow and high and low of a rookie season.
Well, you like to see him shorten up his swing here and just hit a ground ball if he can. Try to get that run in.
Got more. Deep to right field. Low back. On the track. See ya! A 2-run home run for Volpe. Game is tied at 2.
Well, McClanahan was pitching him away the whole at bat, and I think he was just thinking away anyway. I'm going to try to shoot the ball to right field. And he got that ball up in the air, and boy, did it carry.
$14 home runs for Volpe, 38 ribbies, a tie game. As Rortvedt swings and misses. Oh, 0-2. The Yankees looking for a jolt, a charge from anyone. Maybe the rookie just gave it to them as gets those 2 runs back for Cole. One and 2 on Rortvedt, number 9 hitter in the Yankee order. Started with Bader's double, Yankees first base runner, and then Volpe goes the other way and hits one into the short porch to tie the game. Just missed. 2-2. Ground ball, second base. Brandon Lau puts it away, 1 down.
Let's take a look at that home run. Watch, it's a fastball, 2-2 fastball. It was supposed to be up and in. He knew it. It just got out, but he knew that it was going to be a home run. Good swing, going the other way. See how this ball travels. About 3 seats there in right field. See how deep that ball traveled on that back leg. Good swing.
IKF takes low, 1-0. Kiner-Falefa with a fly ball right in the first inning. Two 2-0. Check out this catch. The fan makes a catch with one hand, does not drop the beer. How about that?
That's perfect. Play of the game.
It's a little early, but we'll put put it into consideration.
He didn't spill one.
Not
bit.
a drop. Not a drop. Some strong hands because he made it backhanded. It made it even more difficult without a glove.
And you have all these hands in your face and you can barely see the ball.
(3-1). That's through for a base hit. 6-game hitting streak for Kiner-Falefa.
Well, nice job by IKF. Another fastball. You see where Pinto was sitting up on the inside part. It was a fastball down and away, and that's exactly where IKF goes, just the other way. You see where Lau, the second baseman, was playing more towards second. Nice job.
So Snyder goes out and has a talk with McClanahan. Gives me time to tell you this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees.
Well, with IKF on first, you would love to see him get into scoring position, maybe swipe a bag, but then you're taking the bat away from Judge. You don't want to do it.
One and 0. Judge hit one deep to center in the first inning, but Margot ran it down. Two and 0. Good changeup. Judge way out in front. 2-1.
Well, look at the downward action. He turns that ball over like a screwball. Even though he does split his fingers, he doesn't consider it a split finger. And he'll go in with that grip right away. Eliminates a lot of glove movement, and he'll switch grips as he gets into that windup if he wants to go with a fastball or a slider.
Just clips the outside corner with the change. Both sides. Malachi Moore very generous.
Yeah, just a little bit outside, maybe 3 or 4 inches. He's calling it on both sides, like you mentioned.
Driven out to right center field. Lowe makes the catch on the warning track. Another well-struck ball by Judge to no avail. 2 down. You know, Jeff has been talking about how McClanahan leaps at you. Look at his extension off the rubber by StatCast 3B by Google Cloud. So 7 feet off the rubber. The major league average is 6.4.
Yeah, I mean, he's cutting off a lot of distance between that 60 feet 6 inches. And as hard as he throws, and he throws that fastball up in the zone, it jumps on top of the hitters quicker. A lot of guys have a nice, easy stride to home. He jumps at you, so it actually is a little bit more deceptive.
Gleyber called timeout as McClanahan was about to deliver, and McClanahan held on to the ball. So Gleyber since his 15-game hitting streak with his ground out to short in the first is 2 for his last 22.
There's a couple guys like a Spencer Strider for Atlanta. He's a short guy, also has a big long stride. David Robertson, former Yankee. What's he, about 5'10" maybe? I mean, he gets out there like someone about 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah, for a while there, he had the longest stride in baseball.
Right.
One and two. Up the middle, it's a base hit for Torres. Conafalefa is going for third. Morgot will flip the ball into Franco. It's a 2-out single for Torres. First and third for the Yankees, and that'll bring up Stanton.
Well, great running there by IKF, knowing that Margot doesn't have a great arm in center. This is a split or a changeup that hung up in the zone. Torres hit right back up the middle. Watch IKF. He knows Margot doesn't have a great arm. Takes advantage of it, going first to third.
So here's Stanton. 1-0. IKF with a lefty on the mound. The third baseman Paredes deep. He could really get a big lead at third. Foul back. But you've got to do that with some trepidation with stand up, and really what advantage you're getting unless you're trying to steal home plate. Any base hit, you'll score walking in. 2-1.
And usually with one out, you might see Torres try to steal second, and a lot of times with first and third and a fast runner at third, a lot of teams won't throw through. They'll let you steal the base. Now with 2 outs, it might be a little different.
3-2. Well, check that 3-1 on Stanton.
Now I wouldn't expect Torres to go. I think McClanahan's getting in trouble here. You want to keep him in trouble. See if he'll walk Stanton, walk the bases loaded.
Driven out to right center field. That ball is gone. See ya. A 3-run home run for Stanton, and the Yankees lead 5-2.
Well, the Yankees showed a little fight in that 9th inning last night, even though they came up short. They come out swinging here in the 3rd. We talked about how Stanton can carry a team if he gets hot. That was smoked.
Bowers takes a strike.
This is a 3-1 pitch right down the middle, center cut.
Oh, 2 on Bowers.
He's one strong individual.
"15 home runs, 38 ribbies for Stanton." Swing and a miss. Bowers down on strikes. But the Yankees use their power to take back this game. A 2-run home run by Volpe ties the score at 2. A couple of batters later, Giancarlo Stanton goes yard for 3 runs. 5-2 Yankees. See, Jake Bowers has a cut lip, and that is a self-inflicted wound after he struck out. You'll see he throws the helmet down, and the helmet has other ideas. came up and hit him in the face, but he stays in the game. Rosarena takes outside from Cole. The Yankees have given him the lead at 5-2.
Added insult to injury right there. Wow. You got to throw that helmet a little further out.
1-1 on a Rosarena. And the pitch. Check the swing. He did not go, said Dreckman. Well, the Yankee offense, which has been so dormant for a while now, has given their ace a 5-2 lead. Now it's up to Garrett Cole to make it hold up.
And that pitch before, I think, was actually a strike, and Cole wasn't too happy by not getting that call. He didn't care about the swing. He thought it was a strike anyway.
Three and two. Using the cutter a lot tonight.
You know, sometimes when you're out in the bullpen, you know, you get different feels for the pitcher, your pitches, and maybe the changeup or maybe that slider is just not working, and maybe the cutter becomes a better pitch that you can throw off of that fastball.
Swing and a miss on the slider. Rosarena down on strikes.
And he doesn't throw that cutter very often. This is a really good slider down and away. He only throws it about 4% of the time. He's really gotten away from it after the last couple years.
And there's a strike to Paredes. Another strike, swing and a miss on a cutter. He feels good about that pitch early.
Yeah, and this is where you read swings, right? I mean, you see two bad sliders or cutters that are down in the way that Paredes swung over. There's no sense of going to another pitch. You just try to expand the zone even more. Maybe throw a slider that like you did to a Rosarena. I mean, this is with that fastball away. If you're going to throw a fastball, you might want to try to throw it in, and then it opens up the outside, and you miss with that slider.
There's strike three. Paredes done looking. Strikeout number 5 for Cole. He struck out 3 in a row.
Well, good heater down and away. 97. He got 0-2. He wasted a couple pitches, and then he comes back with that fastball on the outside.
And there's a strike to Raley.
Now you can see that more the home plate umpire is giving the outside part, not so much on the inside off the plate.
Raley fouled one either off his leg or his foot. He is hobbling around.
This is a breaking pitch that he fouls off his knee.
Wow.
That cannot feel good.
Ooh, right on the kneecap.
Wow.
Looks like he's in a lot of pain.
Well, he's got to use that bat to hold himself up. He might have to come out of the game.
Raley's having a good year for them. 15 homers and 40 ribbies.
Right on top of that kneecap.
He's desperately trying to stay in. But as Jeff mentioned, he's using that bat for support. He's calling for Jose Siri. That's the Rays bench. 3 right-handed hitters and the switch hitter Brujan. Now it looks like he's getting some functionality back to the knee. They just stay in.
Well, you know, we talked about Eflin with his knee. The Yankees didn't try to bunt and try to expose to see how he was going to be able to field the ball over the third base side. You know, you just went in there with that breaking ball. You go right back in. You go right back in with that fastball because he's going to be a little leery of swinging at anything on the inside.
He won inside with the fastball and the count 1-2. In the 4th inning, it's 5-2 Yankees over the Rays. Final game of this 3-game set. Tipped into the glove of Rortvedt, and Cole strikes out the side. He has 6 on the night. We go to the bottom of the 4th.
Inning. Volpe. Home run the other way. 2-run homer ties it up, and then Stanton a 3-1 fastball. Home run number 15. He crushes this one for a 3-run bomb.
Well, Shane McClanahan, last 6 starts have not been up to snuff for him. ERA 7.66. He had a 2.12 in his first 15 starts. First 15 starts against first 11 wins. Hasn't had a win since. The other numbers not great. Well, Raley does lead the game. They send in Siri. Siri plays center. Margot moves from center to right. And Lowe moves from right to left for Raley.
Well, at least I had something right in the scouting report. You know, the first 2 with the no free passes and keep the ball in the yard didn't work out too well. But McClanahan struggling at the stadium continues.
You know, you don't beat yourself up. You have the courage to come out with it.
I know I'm not going to get any sleep. I just jinxed everyone with the first 2.
We don't believe in jinxes. You just did your best, and you know it didn't work out today. Because as John Sterling once told me, if we can control what happens with our voices, we are grossly underpaid. The 3-0. There was a strike to LeMahieu, who struck out in the 2nd. And LeMahieu works a walk. Oh, did he call that a late strike?
Wow.
Wow, was that late?
That wasn't even close. I mean, I know he's been given 3 or 4 inches on the outside, but this was well off the outside part of the plate. There's
and
no
also,
way.
to call it so late. LeMahieu calls time to collect his thoughts. Well, you know what? In fairness, he's been calling that all night.
You know, the one thing when you had Pinto setting up on the inside and you have to reach out there, that's really tough to get that call. Now, when you have the catcher set up on the outside part, and you might get I would maybe accept that strike call, but when you have to reach across like Pinto did, I don't know about that one.
Ground ball is short, and you know that LeMahieu's now red hot. And so is Boone. One away. You missed that, Malachi, you just said. So here's Bader. He started the Yankees 5-run third with a double. And there's a strike from McClanahan. So the 5 runs in that third inning jumped McClanahan's ERA to 3.31. He started the game with a 3.0 ERA. One and two. And the pitch. Foul ball, still 1-2. Well, they added Middleton to the roster. They made the trade yesterday. He's throwing in the bullpen, maybe just getting in some tosses.
He's going to wear 93, so Judge did not have to give up 99. That's a relief.
Fouled that one back. Ground ball is short. Franco. 2 away. And here is Anthony Volpe with a 2-run home run his last time up. One and 0. There's a strike, 1-1. So Volpe and Stanton have the exact same amount of RBIs on August 2nd. Both with 38. Now Volpe's played in every game. Stanton has missed his share of games with injuries. Two and two.
There's that nasty changeup. He splits his fingers down and away, and he throws like a screwball.
Soft ground ball to Franco. He will tie a record held by many with 3 assists. So the Yankees go down in order, and we go to the 5th. 5-2 Yanks.
But boy, has he. He struck out the side in the 4th. The fastball, the slider. He's throwing a cutter that he's kind of gotten away from, but he has been dominant. 6 punch-outs through the first 4 innings.
Now it's time for the American Express 4th inning recap. McClanahan with 82 pitches through 4. Cole was 60. Cole 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. McClanahan 3 strikeouts, no walks. Home runs accounting for all 7 runs in the game. 2-run shot by Franco, then the 2-run shot by Volpe, and the 3-run shot by Stanton. Yankees lead 5-2 as we start the 5th inning. Cole has struck out the last 4 Tampa Bay Rays. He has 6 strikeouts on the game. 0-2. Ramirez warming. That one's lined to left field. It's going to be a base hit. Kind of for left of field. Going for two is Margot, and the throw is in time. That doesn't make much sense. The ball's right in front of him. And IKF has a pretty good arm. So it's a single, out trying to stretch, 7-4.
Well, great job by IKF. Margot was thinking maybe he was going to sleep out there on that base hit. It was an 0-2 cutter down and away. IKF jumps on it, and he does. He has a really good arm all the way on the fly. Great tag again by Torres. This is the second time that the Rays have been caught at second by IKF and Torres.
And they're out by so much that Torres has to make a good tag just to try to find the player. Pinto tried it in the second.
And that was close. Margot tried to do that little swim move as you dive into second.
This Rays team does run into a lot of outs.
They do. They make a lot of base running mistakes. They made one earlier in this series as well at third. You watch this tag, and I don't know if Margot actually gets in there or does. Yeah, Torres tags him just about an inch or two before he tags that bag with that left hand.
Ground ball, second base, backhanded there by Glaber. 2 outs here in the fifth. Second outfield assist tonight. He did not have one in his career entering tonight's game. Now, I just started playing the outfield this season. He's been quite versatile. You know, he can play third. Obviously, the shortstop last year. And he's done a credible job in the outfield.
Yeah, he has.
Up the middle and grabbed on one hop by Glaber. Sets and fires. And Bowers cannot come up with the scoop. That'll be a base hit for Pinto.
Well, it was off the end of the bat, and Torres had to backpedal to get that hop. And he had to hurry his throw. And Bowers wasn't able to handle it. They gave that a hit. They give everything a hit now.
It seems that way, Jeff.
I mean, these are big leaguers. I know they want to see more hits in the game and more offense. Well, that's an earned run if this guy scores. Pitcher doesn't appreciate it.
We've seen it all year.
No, I know.
Anything in doubt is a hit.
Yeah, if you have to move one way or the other,
or if the ball's hit hard,
it's a hit.
My favorite one is when it's like really hit hard. High exit, but well, that it was really hit hard. Well,
yeah, right at him. And then,
okay,
yeah.
I'm sure Ozzie Smith caught a lot of balls that were really hit hard.
I don't think errors mean much to guys, but earned runs mean everything to pitchers. Tell you what, you go to arbitration, you have a few of those that were supposed to be errors. Next thing you know, they're hits and earned runs.
One, two. Grounded to Volpe. Gets a nice hop and throws to Glaber, who holds on to get the force, and that'll do it. No runs, 2 hits, really 2. No errors, and 1 man left on base. We're halfway through. Yankees lead 5-2. for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Tonight's picture was submitted by the Barth family. Laura and her kids love watching the Yankees together. Hope you're enjoying the game tonight, Laura. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. Post your picture to social media to reflect your love for the Yankees. And hey, we might spotlight you in a future game. How about spotlighting Ben Rortvedt, Isaiah Conifalefa, and Aaron Judge coming up here in the bottom of the fifth. New pitcher, Erasmo Ramirez. Count 1-0 on Rortvedt.
See the numbers for Erasmo. 91, 93 on the fastball, slider, cutter, change.
Sky the other way, and no one could get to it. It landed on the side of the tarp.
Ramirez has been with 2 teams this year. He's with the Nationals and came over to Tampa Bay.
Clear example of Paredes not knowing the ballpark. Kind of pulled up short. Two and one on Rortvedt. Bottom of the fifth inning, 5-5-0 Yanks, 2-4-0 for the Rays. 3-1 on Ramirez. And a strike. So Ramirez released by the Nationals June 8th, signed with Tampa Bay 5 days later.
It's been around Seattle a few years, Boston, the Mets, Tigers.
Second stint with Tampa Bay. 33 years old. Grounded and grabbed there by Franco. No throw as Rortvedt gets an infield single.
Well, great play going to your left, Franco. You look at this ball, he gets it. I just think he couldn't get a grip on the ball when he got back up. If he gets a grip on it, he might have had a chance at first. Goes on that other side of second base. Second base side, you see he couldn't get a grip. Started slipping out of his hand.
Here's IKF. Pitch misses outside. First time the Yankees have seen Erasmo Ramirez since April 16th of 2019 when he was with the Red Sox. One and one. Two and one. Runner goes. Grounded up the middle. Franco fields and fires to first to get the out. As Rortvedt advances to, did they say he got him at second?
Yeah, well, the ball was hit close and Franco tagged the bag. Now it was a really close play. I don't know if the Yankees are going to look at this. You watch, did he tag the base? Yeah, he got the base.
Yeah, he did.
He's hitting a perfect spot. Rortvedt on the move. Hit anywhere else, it stays out of that double play.
So here's Judge. Looped into right field. That's a base hit. Margot was almost playing on the Grand Concourse. So Judge gets himself a 2-out single.
This is a nice at-bat here. You see Judge really committed early, and it was a breaking pitch. He was out on his front foot, but he kept his hands back enough to shoot it to right field. Ball was up, a little bit easier to handle. See how he's out on his front foot. He kept those hands back on that breaking ball up.
Skied the other way, right down the line, giving chases Margot and makes the seats. I'm wondering, Jeff, if Rortvedt doesn't go, is Franco covering, or is it first and third then? You know, you run to stay out of the double play. You might have run yourself into a double play on that ball.
Yeah, it really wasn't hit that hard. You know, maybe you still would have had time to get over there and field it.
Skied the other way, right down the right field line. Foul.
You see how it wasn't hit that hard?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't covering anyway. He just went over there and picked up that ball. It was just hitting a perfect spot. He just tags the base and then throws over to first.
Franco, 15 defensive runs saved this season. That leads shortstops in the majors.
He's a really good shortstop.
He really is. Very smooth. Good arm. A lot of range. That one is looped into left field. It is a base hit. Cutting over is low. Judge will go to third. Glaber goes to second with a double, and the Yankees have runners on second and third with 2 outs.
Well, breaking pitch up. This was a slider. Again, Torres, just like Judge, out on that front foot. He was fooled, but he was able to get enough of it that he hit it down the left field line. There you see Judge. We've seen him earlier go first to third. He's taking it easy. He knows it's an easy double, and he's getting to third pretty easily.
So second and third, 2 outs. Snyder comes out and talks with Ramirez, who has to deal with Stanton. And Stanton had a home run his last time up. We'll take a look at the Spectrum exit velocity on that home run.
No, hitters count 3-1 fastball. This is smoked. 3-run homer.
110.5 off the bat. No, you said this earlier, Jeff. They need him to go off on one of his runs, and that when he hits home runs, he hits them in bunches,
yes,
where he's hard to get out. You have to get him locked in and take advantage of it. One.
It'll be a perfect time for him to get locked in with Houston coming on for 4 games. You know, as poorly as the offense has been, they're still 3.5 out of that wild card. He can cut into that if he swings the bat like everybody knows he can.
Just missed. 2-2. Slow ground ball is short. Franco charges, fires, and a great scoop by Diaz to get Stanton for the final out. Excellent play on both ends to get Stanton for the final out. Yankees get 3 hits, but they strand 2, no runs. We go to the 6th. Sawed off on that ground ball to short. and then actually carried the handle of the bat the entire way. And that could have been dangerous with Diaz.
I know, because Diaz was going into the baseline with that hop.
I mean, that's like a sharp weapon. Just completely shattered the bat.
Saw blades.
A potentially dangerous occurrence avoided there. But as you said, Jeff, Diaz was kind of moving back, and wow. Franco skies one to left center field. On the run is Bader, and he makes the play.
Well, he had to go a long way for this one in the left center field gap, and from a lefty, that ball is tailing to the left field line. Great catch. You see, as he looks for the wall, gets to the warning track, makes the catch, little slide. Like I said, that left-handed hitter, when he hits the ball to left field, left center, it starts tailing towards and away from Bader.
Lau lofts one into center field, coming on Bader. This one a bit lower on the difficulty scale. Obviously, he didn't have to slide to make the catch. I think he made the slide to stop him from running.
So he wouldn't run into the wall.
Here is a Rosarena. Line drive right at Volpe. Nice, easy inning for Garrett Cole. He did it on 5 pitches. Go to the bottom of the 6th.
Nestor Cortez Jr. came to Yankee Stadium today thinking he was here for just a quick pit stop, pick up his equipment bag and head to Pennsylvania for his 3rd and final rehab start with AAA Scranton. Instead, Cortez is sticking around. He's going to be activated this weekend and pitch in one of the games against the Astros. It's yet to be determined whether it'll be Saturday or Sunday, but Nestor Cortez says he'll continue building up and throw roughly 60 pitches this weekend as he makes his way back from a rotator cuff strain. He said that everything with that strain has felt fine. It's felt normal since he started going out on those rehab starts, and he's hoping that it will continue to feel like that this weekend, guys.
Justin, is the start that he's going to make, is that the start vacated by the absence now of Domingo Germán?
If you put the pieces together, it seems that way. We're going to get more clarity after the game, because at the time of the announcement that Domingo Germán was taking some time away and going to get treatment for his alcohol abuse, we did not know the definite pitching plans at the moment, so we're going to have more clarity on that after the game.
And for those that missed it, Domingo Germán, as Justin said, is going to get help for alcohol use, and he will not pitch the rest of the year, according to Yankee General Manager Brian Cashman.
Well, the Yankees desperately need Cortez. He's only going to throw 60 pitches. You know, that's why it's important with these games in a row to try to get length out of your starters, because you know that's going to be a bullpen day. You don't know how many innings Nestor's going to be able to go with that 60 pitch limit.
3-2 on Bowers. Thank you, Justin. Bowers, LeMahieu, and Bader 5, 6, and 7 in the Yankee order against Erasmo Ramirez. Second inning of work in relief of Shane McClanahan. Grounded to second. Lau makes the play. The WNBA Commissioner's Cup Championship game returns to Prime Video, with the New York Liberty looking to knock off the reigning champion Las Vegas Aces. It's August 15th at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime Video. Well, tonight is it's August 2nd, 2023, and August 2nd is a very somber day in Yankee history, as LeMahieu picks up a single. It was on this date in 1979 that the Yankee captain Thurman Munson died in a plane crash in Canton, Ohio. And if you're a fan of a certain age, like my age, it was just an unbelievably emotional and devastating couple of days, and it started with August 2nd. And you just couldn't believe it. A man in his prime, you know, the heart of that Yankee team was taken so quickly and suddenly. And, you know, his wife, Diana Munson, continues the work he's done in charitable endeavors as well as Bader hits one to left field. Lowe makes the play. And Munson's 15, retired forever. And his memory etched in Yankee lore forever. An MVP, a two-time world champion, and some might say a Hall of Famer, and there's a chance he could get in with some of the committees that now work in Cooperstown. But what a phenomenal career, but what a shocking end to his great life.
And they kept his locker at Old Yankee Stadium. Now it's in the museum here at New Yankee Stadium, and it was right by the training room as you walked in to see Gene Monahan, and Steve Donahue was right there, had his catching equipment, his shin guards, his chest protector, his mask. Nobody ever used it. And I grew up in Baltimore, so I saw him a few times when they would come in to play the Orioles. But the only thing that I really know is a lot of stories from a lot of his teammates, like Ron Guidry or Mickey Rivers and Chris Chambliss, those guys, and you know the stories that they tell. He may be a Hall of Famer.
That's a base hit for Volpe, cut off there by Siri. He's going to fire to third, and LeMay will get in there. So the Yankees go corners, first and third, with 2 outs on the Volpe single. He's 2 for 3.
Well, again, going the other way, you absolutely love how he's handling the outside part of the plate. You see where this pitch is. It's up and away, and that's one of his hot zones. He goes to right field, and LeMahieu did a nice job going to first to third. And you watch LeMahieu, he almost runs into Franco, the shortstop. He had to veer off to his left just to get around Franco. Watch this, how Franco almost gets in his way. Should have just ran into him.
Throw to first as Volpe was dancing. It's his first multi-hit game since July 3rd against the Orioles, so that's a stretch of 22 games. And a strike to Ben Rortvedt. Rortvedt with an infield single his last time up. He's 1 for 2.
They had runners in scoring position last inning and couldn't get one across. You want to add on at 5 in the third. You want to get those tack-on runs and put this game away.
Runner goes. The throw to second is in time. A quick tag by Franco. A good throw by Pinto to get Volpe trying to steal. For the Yankees, no runs, 2 hits, and because of this caught stealing, just 1 man left on base. Well, Saturday afternoon on Yes, watch the Yankees take on the Astros in Game 3 of their upcoming big series with Houston. Coverage begins at noon with Audi batting practice in the pregame. Then first pitch will be just after 1 on Yes and streaming on the Yes app. And remember that Yes will have complete post-game coverage after the final out of tonight's game. Paredes leads off and fouls off the first pitch. So the 7th inning is underway.
Well, since the first inning, 22 pitches for Cole. He has really settled in. 5 in the 6th, 78 pitches on the evening. 13 in the 2nd, 10 in the 3rd, 15 in the 4th, 12 in the 5th. spit on that slider. This is a good chance of fastball up.
Two and two on Paredes, who has walked and struck out. Cole's pitch count in good shape at 82. Siri on deck. Swing and a miss. One away. 7 strikeout for Cole.
Yeah, good slider down and away. After a heater on the outside part, he goes back to that slider. See Rortvedt setting up away, expanding the zone.
So here's Siri. He took over after Raley fouled the ball off his knee in the 4th inning. He continued the at-bat and struck out, but then did not go back out on the field. And there's a strike. And 2. 19 starts for Cole where he's allowed 3 runs or fewer. And 10 starts where he's allowed 2 runs or fewer. So they're giving a ball there, and Cole does not agree with that. And so the umpires are going to meet. Cole saying something.
Yeah, he said the clock has stopped.
Yeah.
There's clocks on both sides that the pitcher can see, one on each side of the batter circle. And I think the clock stopped and went out, and that's why he didn't start his delivery. Let's see if they still give him a violation. So that clock will stop as soon as you start your delivery, and maybe he thinks that it stopped before he started his delivery, and that threw him off.
Well, he gets a clock violation, so that's a ball. Some scores of significance for the Yankees. Seattle has beaten Boston 6-3. Toronto in the bottom of the 6th inning leads Baltimore 2-1. Yankees have been fortunate that Baltimore has knocked off Toronto the 2 games that the Yankees lost now to the Rays, so they stay 3 games back in the loss column.
Right, and the Angels have lost as well to the Braves, and the Angels were ahead of the Yankees in the wild card. Well, you got to figure, you know, you look at the Rangers, Astros, Orioles, and Rays. Those 4 teams are probably in. 2 of those teams are probably winning their division. The other will get the wild card.
Right.
So 5 teams are vying for the last wild card spot.
Strike 3. Siri down looking. The 8th strikeout for Cole.
That was a good fastball in the bottom of the zone. You see Rortvedt set up on the inside. It was right down the middle. Great pitch. I mean, you have the Jays that were in the wild card lead, that 3rd wild card lead, 98 right down the middle. You have the Red Sox, Angels, Yankees, and Mariners. Who wants it?
There's a breakdown for Cole's 90 pitches, the most he's thrown, 22 in the 1st inning. Popped up, Torres, and 7 strong innings for Garrett Cole as he's retired the last 7 Rays in a row. So at the end of 6.5 innings of play, It's time for the 7th inning stretch. Yankees lead the Rays by a score of 5-2. We're going to stay right here as we honor America in the Bronx.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you rise and remove your caps? And please direct your attention to the area behind home plate as the New York Yankees welcome an honored military guest, United States Army Specialist Bill McNamara from the Bronx, who served in the Vietnam War. The Yankees say thank you for your sacrifice and service to our nation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Robert Merrill's rendition of God Bless America.
To the mound to try to salvage the final game of this 3-game set, but it didn't look good early as Franco hit a 2-run home run. Then the rookie Volpe ties the game, and the veteran Stanton unties it with one mighty swing. 5 runs for the Yankees, 2 big home runs, and that holds up to this point. Bottom of the 7th inning, Yankees up 5-2. 5-10-0 for the Yanks, 2-4-0 for Tampa Bay. McClanahan lasted just 4. We told you about the Franco home run. Garrett Cole, 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, and the 3-run home run for Stanton in the 3rd. New pitcher for the Rays, it's Kevin Kelly.
Kelly, a little side armor, 3/4, fastball 90-92, slider, cutter.
First batter he'll face, Ben Rortvedt, who was up there when Volpe got thrown out for just the 3rd time this year. He's 19 for 22 in stolen bases. And there's a strike to the Yankee catcher and the number 9 hitter in their order. One. 2-1. Fly ball right field. Margot, boy, does he play deep. Puts it away. Back to the top of the order, and Connor Falefa. 1 for 3. Single and a run scored. There's a strike from Kelly. So McClanahan went 4. Gave up the 5 runs in the 3rd inning. Erasmo Ramirez then went 2 scoreless innings. And now Kelly.
There you see a sidearmer and Kelly, how he can be nasty on righties. Sinkers in, sliders away.
Three and two. Luke Raley comes back. He had a right knee contusion, so he had to leave the game.
I would say went right off that kneecap.
Yeah, you didn't really need a medical degree to come up with that.
Captain Obvious.
Now, Kevin Kelly made his major league debut this year on April 1st. He was a Rule 5 draft pick from Cleveland. As Kanafalefa walks. Hey, come out to Yankee Stadium tomorrow night when the Yankees take on the Astros, because it's Aaron Judge basketball jersey night. First 18,000 guests in attendance receive an Aaron Judge basketball jersey courtesy of StubHub. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com. Here's Aaron Judge. Aaron is 1 for 3. Hit the ball really hard the first 2 times, nothing to show for it. Then kind of looped a single in the right field in the 5th.
Yeah, another situation where IKF could probably steal a bag. Kelly's a sidearmer. He's got a high leg kick, really doesn't hold runners well, but then you're taking the bat away from Judge.
That's a nice breaking ball that drops in there. 0-2.
Yeah, a little front door slider.
Way outside. That Karen was right back to Pinto. But Kanafalefa will move to second and stay there.
Well, that was a slider that he just yanked way to the left. I think that hit the pole. That wasn't even close. Let's see what they do with Judge. I know they're heading to count 1 and 2.
Another foul ball.
And when sinker ballers go inside, that's what happens. You wind up fouling pitches off of your body. I think that fouled off of Judge's thigh. See where this got him. Right above that right knee.
Hit sharply right at Franco. Throw to second. Not in time for the double play.
Well, Judge over the last couple games, he's been squaring up some pitches, missed a couple deep fly balls he just got under, and that one, he was smoked to short. Even though they're outs, he's probably feeling pretty good about his at-bats.
Big breaking pitch that drops in for strike 0-2. Let's check that 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Yankees lead 5-2. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning here at the stadium. Will Cole come out and pitch the 8th inning? He's at 91 pitches through 7. Knocked down there by Franco. No play at first, but that does save a run as IKF has to stop at third. Third hit for Gleyber Torres.
This is smoked up the middle. Again, a great play by Franco, keeping that ball in the infield. You see IKF has got his head down. He's going to be held up. Well, here's a first to third situation. You'd love to see if Torres can get a jump. They did throw down the last time to get Volpe with a caught stealing at second.
Pitch outside to Stanton.
But Kelly's going to throw a lot of sliders to Stanton. Probably won't give in with that fastball unless he throws it way in with that sinker. Torres might be able to get a good jump.
There's a strike, 1-1. I think he said he went around.
Yeah.
Count 1 and 2.
I don't know about that one. It was a slider, front door slider.
Oh, he did go around, yep. And the pitch. Punched out to right field. It's a base hit for Stanton. Falefa scores. Torres moves to third. It's an RBI single for Stanton, and the Yankees lead 6-2. Well, that's decidedly different than the home run.
Hey, you'll take it. You know, I would love to see Torres try to steal it back. That would have been 2 runs, but it was a slider up. That's all that Stanton saw. You see this slider just spins up there, and he was able to get enough of it because the pitch was up. There you see Pinto not too happy. Base hit RBI. This tack home runs. This is exactly what the Yankees needed.
Well, the Yankees send Greg Allen to pinch run for Stanton, who with this swing picks up his 4th RBI of the night. Now Allen can run here.
Yeah, this is a perfect opportunity. You have a decent runner in Torres at third. You have the lefty in Bowers at the plate. See if Allen can get a good jump. Doesn't really have a big lead over there at first yet. You got to keep the pressure on the Rays.
Check swing, fouled away. Upstairs, 1 and 2 on Bowers. Bowers 0 for 3 in the game, 2 strikeouts and a ground ball to second. Gleyber Torres is at third. Allen pinch running for Stanton is at first. 6-2 Yankees lead. Runner goes, pitches high. The throw to second, it gets by Franco. Scoring is Torres. A double steal, steal of second, and a steal of home. And the Yankees lead 7-2.
Well, Allen got a great jump. I mean, he would have had the base stolen if he continued to run. But Pinto saw that he was going. Watch Greg Allen. He stops right in the middle and allows Torres to steal home or go home. There you see the number. As soon as he sees Pinto throw the ball to second, he takes off. Nice job.
Two. Bowers battling Kelly. Yankees have pounded out 12 hits. An outburst for an offense that has been struggling for quite a while. Rip foul. Jeff, what was that sound that you
made? I don't know. It looked like a fur ball, I think. I caught in my throat.
Wow. Strike three. Bowers down looking. We'll investigate what happened with Jeff. As the Yankees score 2, we go to the 8th. 12-0 for the Yanks, 2-4-0 for Tampa Bay. Let's take a look at the nerd wallet smart moves from the Yankees bullpen. So yesterday they used Hamilton for 41 pitches, Nick Ramirez, and Jose Abreu. So everybody is well rested. He has not pitched. Tommy Kahnle since that game in Baltimore on Friday when he gave up the Santander walk-off through just 8 pitches, all change-ups that game. So with all that time off, they go to Tommy Kahnle now. Looks like there might be something up.
Maybe one of the time clocks, yeah. Well, if you think about it, that was the last high leverage situation that the Yankees have been in that Cole start 5 days ago.
So Cole goes 7 strong and allows just 2 hits. It did not look good for him in the first inning, but boy, did he correct.
He was outstanding. 22 pitches in that first inning and then brilliant. He threw 110 his last outing against the Orioles in 7 innings. So those 91 pitches, you know, those 2 runs there in that bottom of the 7th really helped.
So you see the changes for the Yankees as IKF moves to right and Allen takes over in left after pinch running for Stanton, who played right field tonight. Lowe is 0 for 2. Two and 1. Well, Kahnle goes with a fastball there, and you know Kahnle we've seen do a lot this year. His changeup is so great that sometimes that's all he throws.
Yeah, and you know he's got a good fastball. He's got to remember not to get away from that. You know, you got a 5-run lead, and 3-1. They're throwing a chance. You're right. I mean, he has such a great changeup, and he can throw it in any count. He can throw it 4 or 5 times in a row. That's his out pitch. It's his best pitch, but when you're throwing 95, 97, don't get away from that.
Swing and a miss on the change. Low down on strikes. You know, we certainly build this as a matchup of aces, and how'd it turn out? Well, Gerrit Cole got the better of Shane McClanahan. McClanahan lasted 4 or 5 hits, 5 runs all in 1 inning. And for Cole, his major league leading 18th start, allowing 2 runs or fewer. Pretty amazing year for Gerrit Cole as Pinto fly ball to right field. That's going to dunk in for a base hit. IKF fields quickly, gets the ball in. So Pinto, what a night for him. He's 3 for 3.
Yeah, gets a change up. He was out in front and just hit off the end of the bat there in that right field line. You see that change up, gets fooled, but just bloops it in. IKF playing more towards right center field, had a long way to run. Just stays fair. Well, you look how this game started. Look at Cole. He gave up 2 runs in the first inning. It didn't look too good. 22 pitches. And then on the other side, McClanahan, he retired the first 6 that he saw before the 3rd inning when everything went haywire for him.
1-1 on Diaz. Diaz walked and scored in the first inning, then a ground ball to short, and then a force out with a ground ball to short. Nup foul, 1-2. You couldn't throw a changeup, right, with your sidearm motion?
I tried, and it didn't work out too well. Even a split, I tried messing with a split. I would throw, when you have your 8 pitches, the last pitch I would just mess around just to maybe fool a hitter, or maybe, hey, oh, he's got a split. I would never throw it. I couldn't do it. I always had to change my motion. And that's the thing with a good changeup. You have to make it look like a fastball. The arm slot, the motion, everything stays the same as a fastball. And I couldn't get that. I was like, I would supinate. So supinate means that you're getting on the side of the baseball. Me throwing 3/4, you're throwing on the side. You know, I was talking with Brian Anderson, the color commentator for the Rays, and Glasnow and Rasmussen's the same way. They try throwing the changeup because they get on the side of the baseball. They have a hard time getting that sink and pronating your arm, like you turn it over like a screwball. So it's a little bit more difficult for guys when you're throwing on the side of the baseball to be able to turn that ball over.
Well, the perfect example of that, Jeff, Mariano Rivera and Andy Pettitte, when they came up, both had great changeups.
Right.
But when they started to go to their money pitch, the cutter, the way the hand was on the ball, it made it almost impossible to throw the cutter and the change effectively.
Right, because it's two different release points. You know, one you're throwing more like a screwball, the changeup, and then the cutter or the slider, you're more throwing like a football.
Strike 3, Diaz down looking. He cannot believe it. Well, he hasn't been watching this game because Moore has that strike zone.
Well, it's another changeup. We'll see if this catches. This is the bottom of the zone, and usually that pitch has been up and away. That he's gotten Moore has called those strikes. He hasn't called the low and outside strike like he did there.
Jeff, I wonder how Moore's going to grade out in this game. I mean, he's missed so many pitches. And we could say, okay, he's done it to both sides, but the bottom line is he's missed pitches.
The ones that you have more of a problem with is when the catcher is set up on the inside and he reaches across and that ball's off the plate. Example, LeMahieu when he thought he walked.
Shows him the fastball there, 1-1. Franco had that home run in the first inning. That's the offense for Tampa Bay tonight. .431 feet into the suite level in right field. Just a monster shot off of Cole in the first.
You know, when you say they grade out, what do they do to the umpire?
Nothing.
Exactly. Umpires, you have a guaranteed job for life. It's like taxes and death and umpiring. It's all guaranteed.
Well, I guess if you don't grade out well, you will likely not.
What do you do? Get a slap in the hand?
You won't get postseason assignments.
Well, there's a couple umpires that never grade out well, and I see them in postseason.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on the change. 3 strikeouts for Tommy Kahnle. No runs ahead. 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Yankees up by 5. Hey, the Yankees return to prime this Sunday, August 6th, take on the Houston Astros. Watch as the Bronx Bombers go head-to-head with Alex Bregman and the Astros. Don't miss a minute of the Yankees. Coverage begins at 1 Eastern, only on Prime Video. Zooming in from center field as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Jake Diekman will take over his 42nd game.
Yeah, Diekman fastball, 95-96, slider, cutter change. He's been around the block as well. Multiple teams over the years.
And the pitch to LeMahieu is a strike. Now, Clay Holmes is warming up in the Yankee bullpen. It will not be a safe situation. And you might say, why? Well, the reason is he has 6 days rest. And the Yankees just haven't had close games where they're leading to use their high leverage guys. So at what point, Jeff, did you say, okay, rest is nice, but this isn't good? How many games?
We never got rest, but you need, especially Holmes with the sinker, too much rest, and all of a sudden everything starts flattening out because you get too strong with your fastball. I mean, he throws hard anyway, but the more you throw, the more the ball moves. The more games you start getting in a row, the more that you have that sink. The more days rest, I mean, sometimes you need it, but with 6 days, a lot of times you get too strong and the ball flattens out. You don't get that sink.
Did you pitch 3-4 days in a row?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah. And did your arm ever hurt?
No, I mean, that was one of the things. I mean, you know, Mel Stoudemire came to Mike Stanton and myself in every year that we were on the team. And basically, he said, we're 4 runs up or 4 runs down. You guys are in the game. But we were used to it. I mean, it's different now. You know, they give, if they're up, they're in the game. I mean, we used to get up and, you know, a lot of times we wouldn't get in that inning and the starter would go back out or the reliever would go back out. If they get in trouble, we're back up again. You know, now they take care of them a little bit more.
Would you prefer it this way or that way?
No, I loved it. You know, Mike Stanton and I, and even, you know, Graham Lloyd, Mendoza, we all handled it. And even Mo threw a lot. And it seemed like the more times you threw, you know, maybe the velocity wasn't there maybe on that 4th day, but your ball moved more. You got more sink on that ball because then it tires your arm out. And in a good way.
Did you ever have any arm problems?
Yeah, I had some bone chips, you know, from throwing the slider too much. You had to take them out. It was like an oil change. Every couple of years you go in for an oil change. A couple of weeks later, you're good to go.
Did you save the chips?
How many outs is there?
No, for one. You got plenty of time. Popped up on the right side. Lau is there. Now there's 2 outs. Hurry up.
So there was one year in Seattle. I had bone chips removed right in the middle of the season, and the doctor gave them to me. They were one as big as my nail.
Right.
And there was a football player. So the radio station I work with out in Seattle wanted to do. What are you going to do with these? We're going to auction them off. We're going to auction them off. Yeah, we're going to put them on eBay because back then you could, you know, gum or hair or whatever guys used to try to sell it. Well, they put it on eBay. And it got up to they were going to raise money for Curtis Williams. He was a football player for the University of Washington that broke his neck and he was paralyzed. So they were going to raise money for him. I'm like, you do whatever, just leave me out of it. And it got up to like $23,000, and then all of a sudden eBay pulled it. And I was getting calls. I was back. The team was in Toronto, and I was back in Seattle. And they're like, "What are you doing? You're selling your bone chips on eBay." I'm like,
how about that? A 3-hit night for Anthony Volpe. So they wouldn't let you sell it?
No, they pulled them off, and I didn't want anything to do with it. It was kind of embarrassing. I mean, you're selling bone chips, and you had to sign all this stuff, no cloning or whatever. You couldn't do it. It was really strange. And they pulled it off. They said, no, you can't sell body parts on eBay. And I guess they put the radio station, it was KJR out in Seattle, they put it on their own website. I think it went for like $2,500.
Wow.
Yeah. But it was all for charity. It wasn't for personal gain. It was for a football player and his foundation. So it was actually a good thing, but in a weird way. There was one bone chip. It was in my, I mean, you could tell every year. I mean, if I had it, I knew where it was. It was right on top of your elbow. Just from snapping sliders. That's why I can't straighten that thing out. You ride a bike, I got the automatic left turn when you're riding a bicycle in the city. You just stick your arm out.
I'm just surprised you didn't take the chip and put it on a necklace and wear it around your neck.
It was nasty. It was in like formaldehyde, and it had all this, like, it looked like spaghetti, like floating all over the thing.
Oh.
Attached to it. Well, it was a good. One of them was a good size. There was 2 of them in there.
Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. Stolen base for Anthony Volpe. This is 20th of the year.
Yeah, real good jump. His last attempt, he got thrown out by Pinto this time. Real good jump off the lefty, Diekman.
So 1-2 count on Rortvedt. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it for the Yankees in the 8th. I'm going to remove a chip from Jeff Nelson's elbow. We'll come back for the 9th inning. Native Hawaiian female surfers as they navigate friendships and sponsorships in the world of professional surfing. Watch now, only on Prime. Can you surf, Jeff?
Heck no. I'm 6'6". You ever seen? Well, I'm sure there's tall guys that out there who surf. No. I tried paddle boarding one time. That didn't work out too well either.
Clay Holmes is going to have it work out here in the 9th inning, or at least try. Strong 8th inning for Tommy Kahnle. He struck out 3. And now working on 6 days rest. Clay Holmes comes in. Not a save situation. Yankees are up by 5.
Have you?
No. Soft ground ball off the bat of Lau. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Can you swim?
I'm not. I can save myself, but I'm not a really good swimmer.
You blow up the swimmies with the kids and get in the pool?
Yeah, it's like tire.
They have bathing suits now. I think that you can put like the floaties in.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We'll look into that. Here's Randy Arozarena. My kids, thank goodness, can swim. There's a strike. So you can't blame me, Jeff, because I grew up in the Southeast Bronx, and the water that we splashed around in was from the Johnny Pump.
Oh, okay.
There were no pools and
East River.
Beach. Well, no. 1-2. When I was growing up, you didn't want any part of the East River. Now it's a lot better, but not when I was growing up.
There was a lot of things floating in there?
Yeah, and you didn't want to be one of them. 1-2. Strike 3. Arozarena down looking.
Oh, good slider. Down and away. He's called that again for strike 3.
So here is Isaac Paredes. An announced crowd of 38,740 enjoying the Yankees leading 7-2, 1 out away from grabbing the final game of this 3-game set. Two and 0. And the pitch. 3-0 on Paredes. 4 RBIs for Giancarlo Stanton, 3 hits, and a couple of ribbies for Anthony Volpe. 7 strong innings for Garrett Cole. And there's a strike. So if the Yankees get this final out, nice tidy victory over a team in front of them in the American League East. And the Rays are down to their final strike. Right field coming on IKF. He's going to play it on a hop. So the Rays stay alive as Paredes picks up a hit.
Yeah, IKF was thinking about it. He was thinking about diving after this ball, but did a nice job to keep it in front of him. Little inside out. Fastball in by Holmes to Paredes. Base hit the other way.
Well, the Blue Jays have beaten the Orioles 4-1. So the Yankees need the win to keep pace with Toronto in front of them in the wild card race. Here's Jose Siri. 1-0. Every time I say Jose's name, my phone goes off.
Oh, me as well.
Every time.
You know, I was listening. I was driving back from the Marlins Stadium to my apartment in Boca, and I was listening to John and Susan when they were playing the Rays, and all of a sudden he said Siri. My radio goes wacko.
It's amazing.
Well, Boston's in front of you. They lost. Anaheim lost to the Angels. So at least the Yankees will move up on them. Really
but
can't
you just said Anaheim lost to the Angels.
Well, I mean, the Atlanta beat the Angels.
Yes. Boy, Atlanta's good, huh?
They are. I think they're the best team in baseball.
2-1. Once again, the Rays are down to their final strike. And that'll do it. Yankees salvaged the final game of this 3-game set. They beat the Rays 7-2. A much needed victory for the Yanks. And they got another good performance from Garrett Cole, who picks up his 10th victory.
This is a great win. You had to stop the bleeding, and you had great offense of 5 runs there in the 3rd, the 2 tack-on runs in the 7th. Great pitching all around, led by Garrett Cole. It's exactly what you needed. Yeah, Kahnle gets some work. You had Holmes get some work. Picked up some games, or at least a game with a couple teams in front of you. This is a good feeling. Even Aaron Judge, I mean, I know he had some outs and got that 1 base hit, but he hit the ball hard. So great victory by the Yankees.
There are certain things have to happen for the Yankees to obviously go off on a run over the final 2 months, and Stanton has to hit, and obviously you love an outing like they got from obviously Anthony Volpe, and you need Garrett Cole to be Garrett Cole. Another good game for IKF, and Justin Shackle's down on the field with IKF.
Thank you, Michael. Isaiah, a hit, 2 runs scored. A lot of action happening in that 3rd inning against Shane McClanahan. How were you guys able to knock him out of this game early?
We had a good approach tonight. We stayed on the heater. We got good pitches to hit, and I think we just kept the line moving tonight. It doesn't matter if it's a single, homer. We were able to get the homer, but we had guys on base, so it felt good to finally come through runners on base tonight.
You had 2 players challenge you trying to get to second there. You throw both of them out at second. Were you surprised that they were challenging you as much?
No, I mean, last year my arm wasn't good. I felt like I made some adjustments in the offseason. My arm got stronger, and I felt like I had an opportunity to finally show it off. And Gleyber helped me out and put a good tag and a good pick. So credit to him.
How'd you get your arm stronger? What's the secret?
These guys are a great organization, and they helped me out. They helped my swing, they helped my arm, and I'm just thankful to be here, and I'm happy I'm a Yankee.
How satisfying was it for this lineup to back up Garrett Cole tonight?
Yeah, we've had runners in scoring position a lot in this stretch, and we haven't been able to come through, so it feels good to finally have the guys on and get the big hit.
Isaiah, thanks so much for the time. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, Isaiah, and thank you to Justin. So 7-13-0 for the Yanks, 2-6-0 for Tampa Bay. It took 2 hours and 36 minutes. Garrett Cole, he's now 10-2. Shane McClanahan takes his 2nd loss. The only damage against Cole, the 2-run home run by Franco, and Giancarlo Stanton 2 for 4, 3-run home run, RBI single, 4 ribbies on the night. Special thanks to producer Troy Benjamin, director Dan Barr, Mike Webb, Jared Bosnack, and the executive producer of the Yes Network is Mr. John J. Filippelli. Don't forget to join us on Sunday as the Yankees take on the Astros from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Coverage begins at 1 on Prime, with first pitch coming just after 1:30. For more coverage on tonight's game, tune in to the Yes Network for the WB Mason postgame show. Once again, the final score, the New York Yankees 7 and the Tampa Rays 2. For Jeff Nelson and Justin Shackle, I'm Michael K. saying see ya from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Have a good night, everybody. So long.